I met a father and daughter at a shop at the mall not too far from where I live. And it was such an enlightening experience because when I first moved to Cape Town, I would often just, quite literally, I would wake up in the mornings and, get washed and things. And then I would just get told, okay, let's go. And then I'd get going and never planned anything. And I'd get outside and I would just know, turn left, go this way. And I'd ended up in many, many places. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it because I love to serve. And I don't think there is any greater role in life than that of servanthood. And be it serving the one that I love, the ones that I love, the children, the friends, the world. I love service. I love service. But yes, back to the daughter and father team. He was an Afrikaans male and his daughter was about 8 years old. Lovely. And I remember she had a glass eye and he was very overprotective of her. And we're in the shop for quite some time, and I remember he seemed to be in quite a rush. So when it came my turn, I said to him, oh, no, it's all right, you can go. And because I had gotten quite friendly with the girl, and also because I was sent there to give a message, the salesperson. So I said, yeah, I'm completely in love with Mandy by now, so I want to hang around, and so please be free. And he'd mentioned something about trying to get to an embassy by a certain time, and so absolutely go ahead. And though he was very like this the whole time, he eventually eased up and just left me with his daughter, because I think just my behavior to him was just like, okay, there's no way this crazy woman is is a predator, because especially, snatching people is a big problem now. And also in Cape Town, it's a very big problem where people just get grabbed out of nowhere, children, etc., etc. So I completely understood. And I was on the ground with her because she's a dancer. We're in a cellular shop and we're doing all of these things, stretches, because she was teaching me her dance moves, and I could just feel the longing because she did not live with her mother and things. But then I got talking to her dad, and he said to me that he is raising his daughter English, and he has no relationship with his ex-wife. He's a single father. His daughter is with him 100% of the time. And I said to him, because of how angry he even sounded when he said he's raising his daughter English. And I grew up with a lot of Afrikaans people, and love Afrikaans people. I mean, I love everyone, but Afrikaans people are so similar to black people, very straightforward and things. I'm going to veer off a little, quite just a bit to tell you the story. I'm still talking about the father and daughter. I'll come back now. But with regards to, they're so straightforward. When I moved here and I would get to know people, and there was a lovely Englishman that I was friendly with, him and his wife, and oftentimes they say, the bloody Afrikaans. No, they don't say "ka," it's Afrikaans, the English. And one day I said to him, I said, darling, do you know that the Afrikaans people also, they're not too vibey about you guys? And I said, at the core of it, it's this, is that you have Afrikaans people that are very straightforward, and you have English people that believe in diplomacy. And so Afrikaans people see English people as liars, and English people see Afrikaans people as aggressive. Imagine. So anyway, back to the father and daughter. He's telling me that he's raising her Afrikaans because he feels that Afrikaans limits him, because he grew up in an Afrikaans environment. He went to Afrikaans schools. He also went to an Afrikaans university and was not proficient in English. And he said he just finds that if his future is landlocked to Cape Town, you get it now. And anyway, I sorry, it hits me so much every time when I think about that story. And it's for this reason why I say that apartheid, racism, whatever, it hurts all of us. All of us. I tell stories of how many kids in school were so obviously in love, others even pursuing it across races, but then a lot of the relationships had to end because my boss said, my mom said, my mother says, you know, a lot of friendships are compromised. I remember a time where often, I mean, this is the 90s, early 2000s, where it was still very common for a white friend to say, yeah, you know, please don't mind my gran when you come to the house. She's at school. Or, oh, my father is very racist, so please just be this. But it was common. And one of the things that is also very common is where a black friend will always get hyped up to, I sort of started this way. Two people are friends, one is black, one is white, and they also still have the homogenous groups that they come from, yet. So every time the black person comes into the white world, he'll find that he's been hyped up to all the other white friends, almost as though they're okay, to say to them that they're okay. And it's quite a very stressful encounter, you know, because the first hour, maybe the best friend of your friend who's brought you there will be really lovely. They'll be really lovely, and so maybe one or two people will be really friendly within the first hour. The second hour, then if you're a guy, I don't know if it's the same, but as a woman, then, you know, the gents kind of think, oh, she's cool, and so they start hanging around that. And then the third hour, because all women are the same across race, etc., they're like, oh my god, she might take our men, and then they come in different. By the fourth hour, it's all kumbaya. But essentially what this man was saying to me, the father, he was saying that I'm proud of who I am, I'm proud of being Afrikaans, I'm proud of knowing what I come from, but I am unable to fully thrive in the world because I was raised within a racist environment. When I told the other story about my business partner and how what really woke him up was hearing what life was like, how Winnie Mandela was being tortured about, we'll rape your children, we'll do this to your children. I always communicate racism in very human terms. I don't want to talk about this and land and this and this and that. I always use a simple example. You're in love with somebody. You love them dearly. You hurt them, you don't mean to. Do you keep throwing it in their face, or do you apologize and try not to do it again? If black people are suffering because of an inheritance of an unjust history, then surely white people are benefiting because of an unjust history. No one wants to take anything from everybody, but let's accept that also how we got things is not exactly right. I'm not talking to anyone under 40 years old. Guys, we grew up together. We grew up together. We're the ones now in charge of our fathers' and mothers' companies. We're the ones now in charge. We all saw each other. We all mixed with each other. Yeah, some of us were racist. Some of us were nonsensical. But it all, come on. Remember all the nicknames? Remember all of that? We were, come on, guys. I don't care what our parents were like, but we can do better. We can make things right because we know that racism is wrong. We know that land was taken from people. We know this. We know that black people will struggle to catch up for a long time because even you still have teachers that were trained according to teaching kids like Bantu education kids that are still teaching. This is, when they say the legacy, guys, it's a real thing and we all know it because you all study economics, etc. There are so many movements where we're all sharing now. This is why Palestine matters to every black South African. Because that's how our parents lived, and some of us, we live like that. Apartheid is horrible. It's ugly. Racism is just hate, guys. It's just hate. How can we come from love and be so hateful?